I had a lot of fun with Zach Cregger's Barbarian. It felt very refreshing in this horror genre, especially in a time where a lot of the more talked about horror films so far have been a bit more elevated. And plus, it was just something new for Cregger compared to the background he had before he made that film. It was just a bit more surprising to watch. I enjoyed it so much, I was super excited to see what he was going to do next, and so now he's made Weapons. As soon as I saw the poster for this and heard what the synopsis was, I decided I did not want to see anything else about this. I literally wanted to know as little as possible. That's what I was told about for Barbarian, and so I just wanted to come in with the same mindset. I'm sure the trailers don't spoil anything, but I am sure that there is a word of mouth going around about what happens in this movie, especially if you're on film Twitter. I mean, they spoil that stuff like literally 2 days after it comes out. So just like Barbarian, the less you know, the better. So go ahead and pause this review, go watch it. I highly recommend it, and come back and see what my thoughts are. If you are wanting to know what my thoughts are before you watch this movie, I am not going to go into spoilers or anything like that. At least I'm going to try to avoid that. I'm going to try to be as vague as possible, but yeah. In Weapons, a classroom of kids vanish in one night. In fact, they all wake up at 2:17 in the morning and they run out of their homes and into the darkness. The film follows a few citizens of this small community who are trying to figure out who or what caused this. And right from the start, I was hooked. Cregger immediately grabs your attention and he starts to make you guess and question everything coming forth. So there's already some suspense happening here, and a lot of that is building to something much bigger. But man, at times, Cregger really knows how to make you uncomfortable. Sometimes it's just knowing when to cut to the next shot. Sometimes it's when to make a scene very quiet, or even how a character moves. It just gets under your skin. But Cregger is also sprinkling in a little bit of drama, a little bit of humor in this too. I wish there was a bit more drama in this, since this film is going for a deeper message about the loss of children after a tragic event. Josh Brolin has one scene that I thought was really moving, and if there was just like one more scene similar to this, then I think this movie's emotional impact would have just hit a little bit harder. But there's much more humor in this than I was expecting. I don't really remember finding Barbarian very funny, so I wasn't expecting Cregger to make this movie funny at times. I mean, I should have known better since his background was comedy. But yeah, there were some moments that I genuinely thought were very silly, and I had a good time with that. It may seem like a tonal shift, but those are the scenes that may actually stand out a bit more. Those could be the more memorable moments for you compared to the thrilling ones. But as soon as anything crazy would happen, we cut into a new perspective of this story. It's a story frame that has been done before. You could even argue Barbarian has this similar story frame. It just felt like it was a safe way of storytelling. Cregger probably just felt comfortable with this style since he's kind of done it before with Barbarian, and for him this was probably just the best way of telling that story. However, there are a couple segments though that just feel a bit fractured from the overall story. It makes certain points feel a bit more coincidental, so I'm just curious how I'll feel about this whenever I rewatch this. Maybe it's a bit more thematic about failed institutions. Now, as far as casting goes, I don't want to go too much into detail about every single actor because I was quite shocked with the amount of people that were in this. I thought it was just going to be Garner and Josh Brolin. There's a couple other actors that showed up that I was quite pleased with seeing, but I'm only going to talk about them two. Garner plays a teacher who is really carrying herself on the edge. She's very nervous and timid, and seeing her play this character through different segments, it just shows a solid amount of range. It shows the weight that this event has had for her. And like I mentioned earlier, Brolin has my favorite scene in the entire film. I wish there was a bit more of him, but with what he is given, I think he's perfect. He's playing this father figure, very masculine, very man-driven. I thought he was perfect for that type of choice. Weapons has this ambience and deep emotion that I find compelling. Trying to know why these kids are gone is intriguing to see. The symbolism behind it is there, though I think it kind of loses that aspect a little bit. It's told in a unique way that easily can captivate the audience. It has a good balance of horror with some humor and drama that helps it make this movie stand out a little bit more. When I was watching this, I was thinking, oh, I figured Cregger out. I know where he's taking this. I know the story frame this is going to go, but Cregger was constantly surprising me. It's just a very entertaining movie. I was very pleased with it. Go see this in a theater as soon as possible, and then go see Barbarian if you have not seen that, because that is also just a great flick. Hopefully, unlike Barbarian, we will get a physical media copy of this film. Give me a double feature DVD of both of these. I don't care. I will accept that. I just want Barbarian on physical media. Weapons, I'm feeling a 4 out of 5 for that. And that's it. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this. If you made it this far, did you see Weapons? Do you plan on seeing Weapons? Have you seen Barbarian? Do you plan on seeing that? What do you want to see Cregger do next? I've heard he's going to do a Resident Evil movie. Let me know what I should review next down below. Just like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want. I'll appreciate any of it. Make sure you exercise every day, drink your milk, and have a great day.